Okay, so good morning everyone. Karon is this will be our part 3 sa ato ang module no. So we started with kating mga types of costing no. So in our module 2, lesson 1 types of cost and costing methods. So now we are on our part 3. Okay, so since our part 3 is all about the costing methods, no, so many costing methods. So there are various kaning mga companies nga naay mga methods. Dahil lahi nga methods sila hang gina-follow. Diba? Dili ta ng business na ay parehong pamamaraan. So the business have its unique costing methods. So sa man ang mga usual na ginagamit sa business. So first is the job costing. So or job order costing. So when we say job order costing, now it calculates the cost of each specific job or project. Na ay specific job or project. It is used in industries where production is not repetitive and each job is unique. Businesses that use this method track cost based on the number of orders completed. So based siya sa mga numbers of orders completed. Okay, again, ang job order costing sa may example ana. Example, natay Philippine Rattan Furniture. So katong mga made to order rattan wood furnitures. So di ba, ang isa ka manufacturing company, job order costing daw iyang gina-follow or job costing, no? So kani siya is they follow this because kanang mag-produce na sila og goods upon kapag naay mag-order sa ilaha. Let's say si Philippine Rattan, mubuhat siya og customized na mga wooden furniture or mga rattan, diba? So dili sa tanang panahon nagaproduce sila og bulk na mga orders. Dili sa tanang panahon or everyday sila nagaproduce. But ilahang business is maghimo lang sila kapag naay mag-order sa ilaha. Okay? The same with tarpaulin printing. No? So, lain pod og nagsige sila print og mga tarpaulin bisag wala nag-order sa ilaha, di ba? So, prints personalized banner and signage. No, di ba? Lain pod kayo, nagati sila gipang print na mga welcome signage, welcome to Panabo, welcome to DNSC. Tapos wala ni order sa ilaha. Diba? So, those are examples sa mga businesses na naga-follow og job costing or job order costing. Okay? So, next is contract costing. So, many contract costing. So, when we say contract costing, it follows the same principles as job costing. But it applies to large-scale project instead of small jobs. So, both methods are known as terminal costing since they track cost until the project is completed. So, sa mga example sa mga contract costing, from the word itself, kontrata. Diba? So, example, Makati Subway Project and Meralco Power Plant Construction. Ang gingon ani is, still, made to order gihapon siya. No? Nagyapon siya the same principle sa job costing because dili ka maghimo-himo og power plant or mga railways kung walay order. Diba? So, but this is a large scale. No? So, Makati Subway, diba? Multi-billion peso transportation project. And also, Meralco Power Plant Construction. No? So, na differentiation ang difference ang job costing versus the contract costing. Next, cost plus costing. So, when we say cost plus costing, it is a type of contract costing where the contractor is paid for the actual project cost plus an additional agreed upon amount as profit. Okay, what are the examples? Now, also my examples of cost plus costing. Okay, a construction company is hired to build a small office building using a cost plus contract. The contract states that the client will pay for actual cost of the project plus a 15% profit margin for the contractor. So, given the data, na daw tayo mga expenses. So, unsa ni? Material cost, 2 million. Labor cost, 1.5 million. Other expenses, such as permits, equipment, and etc. That's 500,000 pesos. So, a total of 4 million. Now, ang profit margin daw is 15% of the total cost. So, meaning, isolve sa nato pila ang total cost, then makuha na to ang profit margin. Now, here's the solution. So, 2 million plus 1.5 million plus other expenses, that would be 4 million, the total cost. Next, we will calculate the profit margin. So, since total cost, ingon sa problem, sa daw, 15% profit margin. So, ang yung sa problem ha is, the client will pay for the actual cost of the project plus 15% of profit margin. So, 4 million times 15% is equal to 600,000. Now, total cost plus profit, that would be 4.6 million. So, giadra na to ang step 1 o ang step 2. Gets? And the other way, sa pagsolve ana is 4 million, which is the total cost, multiplied by 1.15. So, the same answer, we will come up with a final price na 4.6 million. So, final answer na to, the client will pay the contractor worth 4.6 million or 4,600,000 in total, which includes 4 million for the actual cost and 600 as a profit. So, kana siya. Next, batch costing, number 4. So, this is used when products are made in groups, batches, instead of individually. It helps business determine the total cost of producing a set of items together, making production more efficient. Okay, example. Example. So this is a pharmaceutical company, no, nagaproduce sila og by batch na mga medicines. Okay? So kana siya, dili na siya i-produce isa-isa. Let's say mo palit ka sa pharmacy og isa ka paracetamol, tapos mo pa-produce po nila og isa ka paracetamol. So dili na siya ingana. So most likely pharmaceuticals produces medicines by batch. Okay, so we will forward sa process costing. Now, pag yung process costing, it is used when a product goes through a multiple clear and separate stages during production. So, daghan di ba og sa isa ka manufacturing plant, di ba daghan man og stages of production. It helps determine the cost at each stage. So, industries like chemicals, making sardines, paints, food, and soaps benefit from these methods since it allows them to track production cost efficiently. So example, natay sardines production. So di ba no, una mangita jud ta og isda. No, so fishing and raw materials collection. Sardines are caught and transported to the factory, then natay impyuhan tong mga isda, na preparation, then cooking and processing. Then, kapag human na og luto sa isda, sa sardinas, isurod na sa lata, i-fill ang lata og mga sardines. Pag human, i-silyuhan na siya and sterilization. Cans are sealed and heated to kill the bacteria, then labeling and packaging. So, kani siya ng mga stages na natin sample video day sa tuang slides.
Mahilig ka ba sa sardinas? Yo, what's up guys? It's Clark TV here. Sardinas, bagamat maliit at oily na isda, siksik sa nutrisyon at madalas na diet sa buong mundo. Bagamat tinuhuli ang sardinas sa karagatan, nag-improve na din sa paggawa ng sardinas sa factory. Kaya ngayon, ating i-explore ang nakakabighaning proseso kung paano ginagawa ang sardinas sa factory, mula sa pagkuha ng raw materials hanggang sa paglalagay sa lata. Kaya manood, mag-relax at matuto.
Okay, no? So, ingana ang mga proseso sa sardinas. Okay, human na sila limpyo sa mga isda.
Sardines Processing Factory. Materials, ang fresh na sardinas na nakukuha sa dagat. Ang mga sardinas na ito ay ini-inspeksyon sa quality para nasisigurado na nakuha ang standard sa freshness at laki. Kapag na-approve na, tas kainin ng sardinas, kundi tumutulong din para mapanatili ang nutrisyon at taglay nito. Matapos lutuin, ang sardinas ay mabilis na palalamigin para mapanatili ang freshness at maiwasan ang overcooking. Para masigurado na matatanggal ang mga potential bacteria. Siguradong ang sardinas ay nakuha ang highest standard sa lasa, texture, at safe.
So, ito siya no, ang process costing sa sardinas. So, each stage, kada stage niya na ay ginatawag na to na cost. So, muna siya nga gina-follow sa uban manufacturing company ang process costing. Next is single costing. So, kung ito single costing, pwede na siya matawag o unit costing or output costing. So, this determines the cost per unit of production. Each cost component is calculated separately to get an accurate total. So, this method is commonly used in industries where products are uniform, such as brick making, paper production, and flour milling. So, example is example nato is the cost for 1 sack of flour. Diba? Pas isa ka sako na ay 25 kilos usually. So, identify the cost of components. Step 1 nato, example na ay sa per sack is 500 pesos ang raw materials niya. And then, the labor would be 100 pesos. Tapos, and so on. So, example, nado tayo 1,000 kasako. So, sa 1,000 kasako multiplied by 500,000, the total cost would be 500,000 sa raw materials. Next is for the labor cost, 100 pesos times 1,000 sacks of 1,000 sacks equals 100,000. Electricity and water, 50 pesos multiplied by 1,000 sacks, that would be 50,000, and so on. So, total of 700,000 pesos. Now, to ensure na tayo 20% profit margin. Example lang, gusto ninyo makakuha og 20% na profit margin. Usa na to na pag-calculate karon. So, ang cost per sack daw, so to get the selling price per sack is equal to cost per sack plus cost per sack times profit margin. So, kani mong total na 700 pesos multiplied by 20%. So, that would be 140 plus the cost per sako. So, 700 plus 140, that would be 840 per sack. No? Apil na ang profit margin ni mo diha. So, thus, in conclusion, the flour mill should sell each 25 kilograms of sack of flour for at least 840 to cover the cost and earn 20% profit. Okay? Ang explanation man doan na sa ato pa, imuhang gasto sa paghimo og sa paghimo og isa ka sakong flour is 700. Gusto daw ka magkaroon og 20% profit margin. Imuhang ginansya, gusto daw ka magkaroon 20% na ginansya. Therefore, katoy mo total na cost nimo which is 700, dungagan nimo og 20%. Okay, 20% sa imuhang total cost per sack. So, yan na siya. And another way to get 840 is to multiply it by 700 multiplied by 1.20. You would still get the same 840 pesos. Okay, next, operating cost. Pag mo yung operating cost. Number 7, gawin na lang. Number 7, 8, 9, 10. Tapat na lang. Operating cost is used by business that provides services rather than physical products. Nag-provide daw services rather than physical products. So, this method calculates the cost of delivering a service by considering all related expenses such as fuel, maintenance, salaries, and overheads. So it is commonly applied in industries like transportation, electricity, supply, and public utilities. Okay, example. Baningon ta kaganiha kayo services rather than physical products. Example, natay bus, no? Ang bus, di ba, kailangan og driver. No, pag negosyo ka og bus. At the same time, ito man, sa kailangan nimo fuel. Syempre, may hanang gyud maintenance and naga-depreciate jud imuhang bus. And also insurance. Sa insurance, syempre dapat insured imuhang mga drivers, also hopefully the passengers. Then other expenses, if magkag mga NLEX, SLEX, and other private properties. So, magbayad jud ka og mga ingana, toll fees and permits. Okay, so imuha yung total cost per kilometer, kada kilometro yung total cost is 50 sa fuel, 20 sa driver, 10 sa maintenance and repairs, 5 sa depreciation and insurance and other expenses kay 3 pesos. So, kung nidagan ka og 10 kilometer, i-multiply na nimo ng 10 kilometer multiplied by your per kilometer na cost. That would be 500,000 in total, 200,000 in total. So, 10,000 kilometer times 10 pesos, that would be 100,000. And then 10 kilometer times 5 pesos, that would be 50,000 and 30,000. So, in total cost per kilometer, that is 880 or 88 pesos per kilometer. Okay? So, step 2 na to, i-determine doon na to ang fair pricing. So, pila majud ang pamasahe, no? Kada kilometro. So, if the bus has 40 passengers per trip, and the company wants 25 profit margin, gusto daw ni company nga magka 25% profit margin siya. The fare per passenger per kilometer is pila man daw. Pila daw ang dapat nga pamasahe ni pasahero kada kilometro. Okay? So, to answer that, natay formula. So, total cost per kilometer divided by number of passengers plus profit. Okay. So, 88 pesos to diba ganiya cost per kilometer. Anong 88 pesos per kilometer, hatio na siya sa 14 ka passengers. Okay, so, therefore, we will have 2.2 pesos. And then, we want to get the profit. So, 88 divided by 40 passengers multiplied by 25%, that would be 0.55 centavos. So, total of 2.75 pesos per kilometer kada pasahero. So, thus, if ever na kay 200 kilometer trip, each passenger should be charged 2.75 pesos multiplied by 200 kilometer. That would be 550 per passenger. So, yung ginaing-ana na pag-compute. Okay, gets? No, so, muna si sample. And then, number 8, multiple costing. So, may yung tag multiple costing is used when a product consists of several assembled parts, with the cost of each product calculated separately and then combined to determine the total product cost. Excuse me. So, example, si Toyota Philippines. Diba si Toyota uses multiple costing, so to determine the total cost of the car. So, si Toyota daw na siya, example lang nato, to build the Toyota, let's say, mupalit ko Toyota Fortuner. So, to build that, kailangan dyan na siya engine. Kailangan na transmission system. Na upat ka gulong, diba? Siyempre, ka-input kay walay ligid atong sakyanan. Dapat na car body or frame and interior. Then, electronic lights. Siyempre, dapat na ay mga signal lights, mga sensors, mga na. Assembly and labor cost, factory overheads. Okay, so, total of 850. Ang total ano nila tanan ha? 250,000 plus 100,000 plus 40,000 plus 300,000 plus 80,000 plus 50,000 plus 30,000. That would be 850,000. Excuse me. So, Si company daw wants 30% profit margin. Okay, the selling price is calculated as unsaon. Of course, natay total cost daan. The total cost, gusto daw na ito mapatungan og 30% para naatay ginansya. So, total cost multiplied by 30%, that would be 255,000. Therefore, idungag na to siya sa total cost na to, ang ato ang gusto ginansya. That would be 1,105,000 kada kotse. So, no wonder ang mga sakyanan is very expensive. So, because recently, namin purchase na sakyanan and it cost us 2.something million, 2.4 million I think, because aside sa wala siya availability na wala siya available na color diri sa Philippines. So, ibig sabihin, waon pa nila na sa manufacturing plant. Therefore, from manufacturing plant, which is Thailand, ang ilang manufacturing plant sa Nissan, isa sa manufacturing plant nila is nasa Thailand. Then, i-ship nila diri sa Philippines. So, nga na. Muna nga additional cost na po siya. So, no wonder cars are very, very, very expensive. And next is departmental pricing. So, it's used to determine the cost of production for each department within an organization. So, this method is useful for business with multiple departments, as it helps track these expenses and profitability separately for each section. So, diba sa isa ka department, let's say SM. Ato example, si SM. Sa SM, dagan kayo departments like, unsa man, grocery stores, fresh produce, bakery, household goods, dagan, and other departments ni SM. So, those departments, it should be that na ay, sa manay kakakibat na ang pricing. Dili pwede nga, mag-stick lang sila sa kung unsay ilahang mga cost and then nga na. The cost should be properly allocated for the management to, dali lang nila mahibalan, pila gid ilang gasto kada department. Lastly, number 10, operating cost is a more detailed version of process costing. So, used when products are mass-produced or made in repetitive stages. So, it is especially useful when certain components are stored in a semi-finished state before final assembly. So, meaning kani operation costing na semi-finished na product. No? Semi-finished meaning hapit na siya mahuman na product. So, this method helps track cost efficiently in industries that require continuous large-scale production. Example na to ani is furniture manufacturer. So, it uses operation costing to track expenses in making wooden cabinets. So, since kaning wooden cabinets, di ba, kung makapansin mo na anay mga tabla-tabla daan, kung mag-order mo sa Shopee o cabinet is naka-wood na siya daan. Buo-buo na siya nga naka-wooden. Kamo na lang mag-assemble. So, for example, di ba, ikat man siya ng wood. No? So, na-assembling frame. And then, i-applyan o varnish. Then, final packaging na dayon. Since semi-finished components like pre-cut wood panels are stored before final assembly, operation costing helps determine the cost at each stage to ensure efficient pricing. Okay? So, nga na siya. Naanay semi-finished components. So, I think that's it for our lessons. No? From number 1. Okay? Costing methods, number 1. Until number 10 na mga costing methods. Okay? Hopefully, you will review your module since almost the same ilahang mga definitions. Hopefully, you will find something or kanang keywords nga maka-make sa inyo nga to remember all those definitions and examples. So, thank you everyone for listening. Have a great day. God bless.